Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. Barry Neufeld announces plans to run in the Fall Civic election. The Chilliwack Mural Festival now has an executive director. Earth Day is this Friday, and chillTV is premiering a very special debate on climate change. The season is over for the Chiefs, but things are just starting to ramp up for the Huskers. And chillTV is hit with COVID-19. That's right. I'll apologize off the top that you're even having to deal with me this evening, as chillTV News of the Week news director and anchor Don Lehn has tested positive, as has our new sports anchor Josh Bohr. They're both comfortable and doing all right, and sorry not to be here, especially as you'll have to put up with me this evening. Our special guests this week include Chief Derek F. of Tzeachten First Nation and Glenn Wilson of the brand new Tzeachten FC League. Coming up later in sports, Matt Paisley with this month's edition of the Welcome Mat, your Chilliwack Real Estate Update, and Paula DeWit with another edition of Seen Here First in an interview with Ted Kim of the band Like Bears. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. Our top story. In the first of what we anticipate will be many announcements, Barry Neufeld, Chilliwack School Trustee, has announced his candidacy for the same position in this year's municipal election scheduled for October 15th. Neufeld has been completely transparent with his anti-SOGI 123 position in the past, and as a result has weathered considerable criticism. Neufeld indicates he wants council to steer away from social justice issues and get back to education basics. So far, he is the only person who has publicly stated that he will be running this fall. He released a video on YouTube explaining his reasons for running again. The Bookman's Amber Price has been a driving force behind the Chilliwack Mural Festival, but even a dynamo like herself knows you can't do the job alone. Over the long weekend, Price announced that the festival now has a new person at the helm. Lise Monique Oakley has been announced as executive director. Oakley is also the owner of the Vancouver-based digital marketing company Good Digital. Price will remain as a director, and chillTV News of the Week plans on scheduling Ms. Oakley for an interview on our program very soon. And after the break, chillTV has a special surprise for Earth Day. Earth Day is Friday, April 22nd, and chillTV, in partnership with Zacharias Vickers LLP, is privileged to present a climate debate between UFE Professor Emeritus Dr. Tim Cooper and former Chilliwack Mayor and MLA John Lehn. The debate will premiere on chillTV's social media channels Friday night at 8 p.m. and will be moderated by Clint Hames, former Chilliwack Mayor and host of the upcoming new chillTV series, Chilliwack Now. And then the next morning, this Saturday, April 23rd, the Chilliwack Fish and Game Club will proceed with the Spring River Cleanup. Registration is open from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m., and they'll supply garbage bags, gloves, and pickup sticks. Organizers are asking that all garbage be dropped off at the Fish and Game Club no later than 1:30 p.m. The cleanup organizers are also looking for individuals who want to tackle some challenging terrain and have 4x4 vehicles. If this is you, contact the organizers through their Facebook page. Creative Third Thursdays is back in person starting tonight and continuing every third Thursday at Cowork Chilliwack. This is a live and in-person networking event for the creative community. Cowork Chilliwack has more information on their social media. Last year, due to the pandemic, the 40th anniversary of the release of the first Rambo movie, First Blood, had to be postponed. Organizer Brian McKinney tells chillTV that details for the delayed celebration will be announced by the May long weekend. First Blood was shot in Hope and the Othello tunnels and was instrumental in creating momentum in the Vancouver and area film industry and our subsequent recognition as Hollywood North. In real estate, well, it's been quite a ride of late, as we all know. And here to help you understand what is going on is Matt Paisley, a local realtor with Jason Laynes and Associates, REMAX Nyda Realty, and our segment, The Welcome Mat. And right after that, we'll be previewing a segment of Seen Here First with Paula DeWit. Paula interviews Ted Kim from the band Like Bears, and you can see the full interview tomorrow on social media. And after that, sports, and our interview with Chief Derek Epp and Glenn Wilson of the Chilliwack's newest sports club, Tzeachten FC.
Here we are. The 2022 spring market is upon us, and what in the world is going on? It doesn't matter who you talk to, everyone has a different opinion as to what is happening. Here are the cold, hard facts. March saw a decline in pricing for single-family homes. That's right, you didn't mishear me. The average price of a single-family home dropped by 5%, from $1.12 million in February to $1.065 million in March. But the price reductions didn't stop there. Townhomes also saw a modest decrease in pricing of 1.5%, from an average of $763,000 to $752,000. As homes on the upper end of the pricing scale were dropping, the opposite was happening with apartments and mobile homes. The average price of an apartment rose 5% from $434,000 to $456,000. But the huge increase was in the mobile home market. In March, 14 mobile homes sold for just over $6.7 million, combining for an average sale price of $484,000. Compare this to the previous 2 months, where the average price was $352,000. Mobile home pricing has increased by an insane 37%. Now it's time to take a step back and look at what these numbers are telling us. It's no secret that the cost to buy a single-family home or a townhouse has become unaffordable for most. It appears that new buyers looking to enter the marketplace have decided to engage the condo and mobile home market. Combine this with rising interest rates, increased inventory, buyer fatigue over multiple offers, and a general sentiment that the market was overpriced. Many believe that we may be entering a more balanced housing market. For those sellers that were still hoping to hit the lottery and cash out their investments at all-time highs, don't fret. History tells us we will see price appreciation again. There are still issues with regional housing supply, as well as high costs associated with building, such as supply chain and labor shortages, but you may just have to hold on to your property a little longer than you had expected. Remember, the runaway housing market of the past 2 years was not normal. In other news, the Bank of Canada has announced its next move on interest rates this past Wednesday, with a 50 basis point increase. This put some Canadians with variable rate mortgages on edge and kept some prospective homebuyers on the sidelines. In the long term, this could be the catalyst to start driving home prices down. However, in the short term, this may prompt buyers that have been sitting on rate pre-approvals without action to start making offers for fear of losing buying power due to that same inaction. Whatever happens, the next month will be very telling in the housing market. That's all today, folks, and don't forget, if you or someone you know is looking for any real estate help in the future, please don't hesitate to call. I'm never too busy for your referrals. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
My name is Paula DeWit, and welcome to another edition of Seen Here First. We have an awesome guest today, and you probably already know him. His name is Ted Kim, and he's been on the show a couple of times already. And he's here to talk about his amazing group, Like Bears, and this wonderful event they have on Friday. So welcome to the show, Ted. It's really good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me on again.
Yeah. So tell me about this event that you're having on the weekend.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
So this Friday, April 22nd, we are playing a show with 3 other local amazing bands. One of them is called Smother, the Melonheads, which is a new group, and super young group called Arthropoda. They're all kind of punk rock, alt rock bands, but doors are at 6:30. It's $10 to get in, and first band starts at 7.
So you play guitar, you sing, you play drums, and we were talking earlier, and you started on the trumpet.
I did, yeah.
Which is really cool because I play the trumpet.
Yeah. We got a duet soon.
Yes, and you started in middle school, I hear.
I did, yeah.
Nice.
Grade 7, yeah.
So when you were a little kid, did your mom say, "Oh, I noticed that you're very musical"? Like,
not really. Like my family wasn't super musical actually, and I kind of just discovered it through. I started in middle school. I wanted to do music instead of fine arts because I'm colorblind and terrible at drawing. So that was
a blessing then.
Yeah, so I went to music, and then friends just got me into music further. Yeah.
So you said that you're not the original drummer, but are you one of the original members of the group?
No.
Okay.
I was in another band, and then that band we broke up, and then I was looking to join another band, and then I was already friends with the lead singer in this band, and so then.
And it's a Chilliwack band.
Yeah.
So what are the names of all your members of your group?
Leo, Ryan, Colin, and myself.
And
Ted.
yourself.
Yeah.
Ted.
Yeah.
And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Derek Epp, Chief of the Tzeachten First Nation, and Glenn Wilson, Technical Director for the newly created soccer club, Tzeachten FC. Gentlemen, welcome to the program. How are you?
Thank you. Doing well.
Thanks. First time, both of you on chillTV News of the Week.
You bet.
Yeah.
So this is exciting, a brand new soccer club for Chilliwack. Tell us a little bit about the origin story of all of this.
Yeah, I'd love to share it. So about 2 years ago, Tzeachten FC was actually developed just for a men's program. The intent was to eventually build a full-fledged club program for all ages and all levels of soccer. But again, it began about 2 years ago with the intent behind it was just to create more of an inclusive, accepting environment, and really with the focus of trying to integrate more Indigenous young adults and young men into a men's program that just enables us to really work together and thrive and break down some of the barriers to soccer that I've seen over my 30 plus years playing soccer. And I played a lot of years in First Nations soccer as well and seen a lot of talent. But seen a big gap in the numbers of First Nations kids and youth playing in the general leagues across BC. And the eventual goal was I thought that Tzeachten had the capacity to take this on in a full-fledged club. And, you fast forward 2 years, things have changed and things have progressed. And here we are with a really exciting initiative for the entire city of Chilliwack. This isn't just for Indigenous youth and kids. This is for the community of Chilliwack.
No, it's exciting. And Glenn, your resume is very long and very illustrious. I spent a lot of time with Chilliwack FC. What brought the move over, and what are your plans now that you're at Tzeachten FC?
Well, what primarily brought me over, I think, was in conversations with Derek, is the mandate to be a very accessible club. And I think there's a need for that in our community. I think there's a lot of young players in the community that are not playing community soccer. And we'd love to see them in the game and see the numbers grow. And I think that the plans that Tzeachten FC have and the excitement around the startup of the new club, I think that we're going to start to see some more realistic numbers for a community of this size.
Yeah.
In terms of what we're going to be doing and what the programming is going to look like, we want to embrace all ages, from the ages of 3 up to adult, boys and girls, all different levels. Our programming will be very much age-related, starting with our 3-year-olds who will participate with their parent or an older family member, right through the children and youth up to the adults. We want to be the club for players that aspire to playing at the highest levels as they grow older into university, and those that have dreams of professional soccer. We want to be that club for them. And we also want to be the club for players that are just happy playing soccer in a more recreational environment. And that's really important to us.
So this competition's good, but also the spirit of just playing.
Just playing soccer, playing and loving the game. And there's a phrase, soccer for life. And we very much want to follow that.
So I understand you're in an application process. Tell us a little bit about that and where you're at in that application process.
Yeah, so from Tzeachten's perspective, we felt like it was important to set up a society through Tzeachten First Nation called Tzeachten FC. We're just finalizing those due diligence process and finalizing the society incorporation, and then we'll be submitting our application to the Fraser Valley District, which BC Soccer actually provides the mandate for the Fraser Valley District to approve new clubs. So we're looking forward to submitting that application and getting the full support from the Board of Directors from the Fraser Valley District. So, and competition's good. I think in every municipality you see 2 clubs in a lot of municipalities. And,
well,
and
Chilliwack's growing too, right?
Absolutely.
So that's fantastic. Yeah. Speaking of competition, this is a very tight timeline you've got going here. So, next month is May, and I understand that you're doing evaluations in May. What are those evaluations for? Is that for playing in September, or?
It's for players that are looking to play starting in September in a development sort of competitive environment. So we will have open evaluations from U11s to U18s. That's 10-year-olds to 17-year-olds. And it's designed for those players that aspire to playing at the higher levels.
Right.
And we want to evaluate them and make sure that when they register with the club, that we're putting them in the right environment based on their level of ability and what they aspire to in the game. Now, so that all kicks off at the beginning of May.
And I'm going to forget, so I'm going to ask right now, before I do forget, for parents or interested parties, where do they get that information? Where's the best place to go?
Yeah, so social media accounts, Facebook and Instagram right now.
So just Tzeachten FC?
Yeah, but then also our website should be up and running by the end of the week, which would be tzeachtenfc.ca. We also have emails set up. So there's Glenn at tzeachtenfc.ca, Derek at tzeachtenfc.ca, and we are happy to provide any and all information to help alleviate any stress or anything that parents might have.
Okay, now we're talking back about these tight time frames. You've got some things happening in July and August. What are those?
Well, the first time that we're going to hit the field as a club, beyond the evaluations at the beginning of May, is going to be with our soccer camps in July. They'll be held in July and in August, and soccer camps are generally a fun week of soccer for all ages, and we tend to find that we get the kids as young as 4 and 5 out there, and we spend the week having a lot of fun with the game. And then there's a bit of a break, and our development teams that we've evaluated in May, those players start to hit the field around mid-August for preseason.
Well, that's fantastic. And how many players do you actually feel, what your target is for this first year?
Right.
Because it's your first year.
Yeah, it's always a bit of a guess, but as an educated guess, I would be absolutely thrilled if we could hit a target of 700 players in our first year.
Wow, 700 players would be unbelievable.
It's a pretty aggressive target, but given the size of the community, I do think there's a lot of players out there that are not currently registered playing in the community. And since we're going to be a very accessible club and an inclusive club, I'd like to start to see some of those players come out. And I do feel that if we do a good job of that, we're going to start to see those numbers.
Yeah, well, this is your time to market, and I imagine you're going to be doing a fair bit of marketing. What would you like to tell our audience market the event?
Tzeachten FC, I think it's a club that's meant for the city of Chilliwack to be inclusive, diverse, accepting, exciting, something new, something different. I grew up playing soccer. I still play soccer. I still get the joy of the game. And really for me, it's about, like Glenn said, soccer's a lifelong sport. And really what we want to provide an avenue for all levels of players, coaches, and parents even, to come and enjoy the game that we have all grown up loving and really being able to get a lot of joy from. So for me, this is about the community and about doing something different for the community in a way that's going to meet the varying needs of our ever-growing city of Chilliwack.
Thank you, gentlemen, both for being on the program. For more information, remember it's Tzeachten FC. Check that out on social media. And Chief Derek Epp and Glenn Wilson, thank you very much for being on the program. We would love to have you back just to give us an update on how things are going with the application process as well as with all the other things that are happening up between now and September.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah.
Chilliwack Chiefs seasons came to an abrupt end on Tuesday night with a 1-0 loss in Nanaimo, and as a result, they were swept in 4 by the Clippers. So, unfortunately, the Chiefs began their annual summer ritual, which I think is golf. The Chilliwack Jets Hockey Day Camp runs August 2nd through August 5th, 2022 for children born between the years 2010 and 2013. Kids will be working on hockey conditioning skills and learning off-ice games, skill training, and even some community fun at Cultus Lake water slides. Chilliwack FC starts their spring soccer league season next Monday, April 25th. Games will be played weekly from April 25th through to June 23rd. You can follow the kids' progress through CFC's social media. The Valley Huskers Spring Camp runs May 27th through 29th, and all the details are on their social media. This year, the BCFC expands to Prince George with a brand new team, the Kodiaks. The Huskers and BCFC season begins July 23rd with the new Kodiaks playing the Valley Huskers at Exhibition Stadium. And after the break, weather. chillTV weather. It's a mix of sun and cloud for the weekend, and the highs near 16. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and have a story you think we should know about, send us a note to news@chilltv.ca. We'd love to hear from you. And on behalf of the team at chillTV, I'd like to wish Don Lehn and Josh Bohr a speedy recovery. Not to be selfish, but we need you here. And that's the news this week. I'm Barris Carter.